What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Politano, the new striker from the Freeze SBCs, and I think I don't know if he's the last SBC or there is going to be another one all the way up to Friday. I know that is when the promo ends, or technically runs its course, even if we do have upgrade packs lasting another 11 days. I believe it's going into a road to the final third team, but we have Politano today. He was obviously a right mid, 81 rated. Now we have a striker 85. Very interesting card. I think people will be interested straight off the bat. I feel like there is a lot of players that we're going to cover and who you could kind of either replace with or link him with. He's 147 and 142 on the Xbox and PlayStation. Let's get into the review of him and let me know, are you going to do his SBC? With Politano here, we have a 4-star, left-footed 5'7", with the medium defensive and high attacking work rate. 27 years old, so not necessarily a young spring chicken, but not really old that you'd say, meh, he's probably past his prime by now. In terms of player, as an 81, right mid, he's got a few decent increases. There's no minuses in any of his stats, so we're absolutely happy with that. And he has only 2 SBCs to complete. Also, you have got the loan, so definitely try that out with any of these players. If you're not too sure, do the loan. And I think the one thing for me is that I'm finding myself playing more and more friendly games than anything. So doing this actual card, I kind of only really need my actual team non-untradeable, if you get what I mean. I don't need to complete many SBCs if there is a loan, because I can always use them in friendlies or kind of later on down the line. That is predominantly what they've done, and I feel like I like the fact that you've done loan, because then you kind of like got the card, so you haven't had to spend all this amount of money, but you can use them in friendlies still. So I think it's a big deal. I quite like with what they've done with these loans. It makes my life a lot easier, as I don't have to do every single SBC, because realistically in the past, say what, 2 to 3 months, we've probably had in the excess of 3-4 million worth of SBC players. And thank you for the subscriber of it, Diego Delfino. Thank you for the subscription. That's just popped up, and I think we've just got another one as well. It's always funny when this happens. And we got somebody else, I think Michael, I want to say that was. Thank you for the subscription. It probably has popped up on the screen anyway. But getting back into it, a little bit sidetracked, he is Italian, so a cracking link straight off the bat with the Serie A. He is Napoli, a few decent players in Napoli, as you'll find out towards the end of the video in the overall, and his stats are pretty good, to be honest. 89 pace, fine. 86 shooting, pretty much everything above 80. 78 penalties, which drags it down, not a problem. 82 passing, he's obviously come from a right mid, so he has a bit of passing about him. 88 dribbling, fantastic. And then we have 60 physicality, nothing major really there. 84 stamina, you can't really help it. In terms of chemistry style, people are obviously looking at that Hunter, giving him 98 pace, 93 shooting. It does for some reason only turn him into an 84 rated striker, and I don't quite get it, because when you take off everything, he is only an 80 rated striker. Even with them stats, for me it doesn't add up like massively, because literally you put a Hunter on him, you have 90 attacking positioning, 95 finishing, 92 shot power, 92 long shot, and 99 volleys. I don't know how that, there may be other stats that kind of contribute to the shooting overall, but for me that is absolutely extraordinary. That is a cracking striker right there. He is an 89 right wing or an 89 left wing. If you choose to put him in that position, again, that may be a great move for you. If you could go with maybe like the 4-2-2-2, get somebody else who's kind of like more of a winger, but you can have him as a cam, and then you can kind of move them out in formation in custom tactics to kind of get him on the wing. I feel like he'd be a cracking wing player if you don't like him as a striker. I did find it a little bit tough going forward, but we'll get into some gameplay for that. Like I was saying, in terms of kind of getting forward, he did struggle a little bit. It's not necessarily that he was awful at it, but I just felt like a mobile Correa was kind of overshadowing him in my Serie A team, and I feel like he just really kind of didn't get that chance to go forward. We see here a very, very hard shot across goal there. He is obviously right-footed, so trying to go with his left foot across goal, defender to his right. There was some shots that I thought, it's a bit harsh for me to criticise him too heavily on that, because realistically it's only going to be the Ronaldos, the Messis, the Neymars who are actually gonna get that. I did like his dribbling. I thought that was cracking. It was like that final finish was just missing from him. It would have been a cracking goal, a little bit of a roulette, gets a little dribble on him, gets a lovely penalty there. The pace really comes in handy for knocking it past defenders, and you'll see that consistently with him. And again here, that is where personally it needs to be buried, even if it is kind of like the half shot where I'm thinking he kind of could have missed, could have scored. We do get a goal there, but I do think the consistency of his shooting definitely needs to be better, and it's potentially why he is only an 84 striker. But we saw back-to-back goals and he was better, in my opinion. So we are coming up to the 200th review as well, just to let you know how much the support, the subscriptions, the comments have been amazing. All of the likes. This year has been a nice starting point. We haven't really hit the motion yet. We're still going with the promos. I know this FIFA's been a bit of a hard one. I feel like there's less and less people getting interested in half of the game, so it's still nice to get all of that recognition and all of that great support from you guys. So I just wanted to say thank you, and obviously if you are still watching this, you obviously know you're a real one. But let's get into the overall of him then. So as we can see, to be fair, I do like the card design. It took me a little bit. I thought when we saw the promo of the loading screen, it looked amazing. You put a player on top, some of the kind of colours clash in the kits, and it's kind of getting used to it. But I do like the card. Good dynamic for Politano, 85 striker. It's interesting, something different. I like the position changes. They are always my favourite cards because it makes you think of a player in a different light, having a centre back as a striker, having a right back as a right wing, or a left wing as a right back. It just adds a different dynamic to the game, and I'm definitely all down for it. As long as they want to keep doing them, I'm more than happy to try out these cards. Like I say, 4-star trait wise, we have got the finesse shot, so always a cracking trait there. In terms of these, pretty standard. 4-4 is very nice. I don't really need much more. I think this is the problem. I don't understand why it's so low. We have amazing pace, really good shooting for an 85 striker. That's personally pretty decent. And then we have an 88 dribbling, unless it's the physicality side of it and maybe some heading, defending awareness. I don't get why it is so low. Like, I understand that it's not like 91, 92 because the rest of the stats are not, but the fact that this is practically maxed at 90, I don't get how it's only 84. But we won't dwell on that too much. In terms of links that you can do there, Napoli have a cracking team if we can go on to it. Koulibaly is now a 90. Incredible card right there. Mertens, Insigne. We've got our third informed Lozano, who will be reviewed after this video. We then also have Osimhen as a one to watch, Fabian in form. Obviously we have the left back as an inform. So many good cards already coming from Napoli. A very nice team to make if you really wanted to go with one. Obviously you could go with just the gold standards, Mertens, Koulibaly, Insigne. Plenty of links right there. But if we do look at his kind of generation as well, because links wise, Serie A is pretty good at the minute. There's a lot of specials, there's some nice cards, maybe not the most meta cards in the game, but definitely a fun team that you can use. And like I say, in terms of his generation, he is, what was he, 27? So he has been around since FIFA 14. Couple of a bronze card, couple of silvers, managing to get him into a gold. And we really didn't see too much of him. Last year, we did see him in the milestone, which was the first milestone that kind of came out. And we got an upgraded up to an 89. So it is nice that we've seen him at an 85 already, because literally there is no other specials with this guy. Very average, not really doing too much to get himself noticed in the game. And it's nice that they are picking random players and just kind of going with it. I'm more than happy to get SBCs full of everybody but the meta players, and they just get the informs. Obviously at some point you want to get the meta players, but it's nice to get these sort of players, get the boost up, get themselves near to the point where you think, actually, I could put him on as a super sub, or I could use him as a striker for some day. I feel like Politano definitely could be used as a super sub. Whether he'd go first team, it all depends on what team you're running and what sort of meta you're going. I feel like I've seen a lot more people go with more of a fun squad rather than straight out sweat. And obviously in FUT Champs, you're bound to find 90% of sweat teams. Sometimes you get lucky, you get a few nice teams and you can kind of have a fun match, but it's FUT Champs. What do you expect? he has got an 8 out of 10 for me. I think SBC wise, it's not terrible for the sort of striker that he is. Personally, I would probably just do the loan and just see if he fits your sort of style. It is only an 83 and an 85, 1 in form, 75 and 80 chem. The 81 to 87 will absolutely grind that out for you in absolutely no time. Somewhere to put all your 83s as well if you've got duplicates, and then you can go for the 85. So to be honest, with my duplicate 83s, I may even actually go for it. We did get the 25 83 plus pack, which will be a video either out tonight or it'll be out in the morning. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.